This is the torture for stats class. The topic that I got was the multitasking reduce efficiency, and the research question that I chose was, do you think multitasking affects your speed to do a task and why? I interviewed 30 students and staff members in total, so let's see those interviews.
So I don't think multitasking affects like the speed of doing something because you like have to do a lot of things. So eventually you'll get like used to doing that like super efficiently and quick. So yeah.
Multitasking does affect the speed at which you do things because if you're focusing on other things, you can't really like put full capacity on like doing both things at once. So it affects it.
Yes, because when you're trying to focus so many things, you don't really get something done, or it takes you longer to finish that one task.
I think that multitasking would make me slower because I can't concentrate enough on both tasks.
I think multitasking would affect my speed because it's like you're doing so many things, and like if you focus on one thing, it's gonna like be slower. Like imagine you're typing, then you're eating, and then you're doing all this. Like the typing's gonna be slow.
Yes, because then you can't focus on one task, and then instead you have to be focusing on multiple, and then like it's slower.
I think it does affect like multitasking because I feel like you're just like not getting anything out of it. It's like I guess your head and your mind is all scattered, and you just like I think you're wasting your time to be honest if you're doing that.
Yes, I think it does affect your speed because if you're focusing on one task, you're just focusing on that and you get it done like way faster rather than focusing on different ones.
Yes, I think multitasking affects your ability to commit a task because it's physically impossible for you to multitask, and the only thing your brain can do is switch between multiple tasks at once. So therefore, yeah, the more tasks you're doing, the harder it is to work on one.
Okay, so I do think that multitasking does affect your speed to complete a task because you're doing more than one thing at a time. So obviously you're gonna be taking up time to do each of them. You're gonna slow down your efficiency.
The answer for me is no, because I multitask all the time and I do everything good.
I think multitasking definitely affects my speed to do things just because it's like too much going on at once in your brain, you know what I mean?
I think it does affect the speed of a task, especially because you're thinking of something and then you have to also think of this. And then it just, it's too much for the normal brain.
Yes, because it's really hard to focus on things because you're doing everything incorrect.
I think multitasking does affect like your speed because it distracts you from like something that you're actually wanting to do that you're doing.
Yes, I believe multitasking takes up time because it loses focus from one thing and causes you to do the other thing slower.
Yeah, I agree with her. Like, if you're like doing multiple things at once, like you're gonna be slower in those things. Whereas, like if you're doing it like one at a time, then it'll be faster.
Yes, it does focus my speed to do a task because I can't focus on two things at once.
I think that it does affect the speed of a task just because you have to, it's going to take more time because you have to go back and forth and back and forth.
No, because like my instincts are just very fast and I think I could just answer a question like very quickly without multitasking.
Yes, because I think with so many tasks in mind, it slows down your progress.
Do you think multitasking affects your speed to doing tasking right? I think it does because, like, when I'm focused on one thing and then I get distracted because I remember I have to do this. So I have to do it at the same time and it does slow my speed up.
Yes, because then your brain is on multiple things. Like, let's say one thing you could do 100% speed, and then on two it's like 50 and 50, or like 75, 75, So it's like less.
No, because if I do a lot of things at once, I get them all done, regardless of how long it takes me.
I think multitasking affects how fast you do the task because you're not putting all your effort into that one task. And if you separate it into different stuff, it becomes wonky. I don't know.
I think that if you multitask, it will slow down the speed of doing your other task because if you do one thing, you're gonna forget about the other, and you're just gonna have to slow the process down.
I believe multitasking affects someone's speed to do a task because they can't do many things all at once.
In my opinion, the multitasking affects the speed of one's performance in doing the task because there's too many topics that accumulates in one's mind, causing them to focus on a specific task, and so their performance would vary. They would do good in one and do bad in another because you will prioritize doing a specific task.
Yes, because you can't fully focus on what you're doing, and you're always going between them.
Yes, I do think so because when you're doing multiple things at once, it's harder to be as efficient. You know, because you're doing multiple things.
So multitasking, I feel it is not for me. Why I'm telling you, because when you are younger you can multitask, but you know when you do multitasking, I've realized that it decreases your attention span. Like I've tried multitasking, like prepping for a class. I tried multitasking doing an NHS thing, and I tried multitasking doing my GTL stuffs, right? So I think one wins and the other kind of like goes lower and lower. So I think it decreases, or maybe I don't know. It has with age to do with also, but for me it does not really work. But I wish it did, but no.
So this is what I did for my data. I did a bar graph and then a table on the numbers, um, the net hypothesis, the turning hypothesis, one proportion z-set, and then these are my calculations. 36.7 means that it did affect it, while only 13.3 means that it didn't affect it. These are my test condition, large proud to score. And then when I got one, there's a strong statistical evidence to reject the null hypothesis. This means that a majority of people believe multitasking affects how quickly you complete a task. The findings from the interview show that most participants believe multitasking affects the speed of completing a task. Out of the 30 interviews, 26 individuals said yes, while only 4 said no. This suggests that people think multitasking reduces focus and productivity, making tasks hard to complete. One indication is that the sample size could be said that it's too small, but it still provides useful insight on people's opinion. Overall, this project helped me understand how people view multitasking and its effects on productivity.